In 1983, the first 3D printer was invented, but it was not made available to the public until about 2009 to 2012. In that time, 3D printers have become more efficient and easier to use for the average person. 3D printing transforms digital files into physical objects by layering specialized filament, creating a desired object. I have had my 3D printer for a little over a year now, and I have learned so much in the short amount of time that I've had it. From basic 3D prints to complicated pieces that fit together after printing, the world of 3D printing has become more accessible for the average person. Today, I will tell you about different types of 3D printers, the filament needed to print, the types of files needed, how the printer works, and what can be printed. Let's talk about what 3D printers are available. There are many companies who produce 3D printers, but for the purposes of this speech, I'm only concentrating on the different types of 3D printers from the company Bambu Lab. The first one is the Bambu Lab P1P. Some of its great qualities are its fast speed, it's reliable out of the box, has multicolor capabilities, and is highly customizable. The downsides to this printer are its open air limitations, high noise, maintenance requirements, it does not have a closed ecosystem, and no built-in filtration. Next is the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. Some of its great qualities are its out-of-the-box setup, exceptional price, reliable and user-friendly, high speed and quiet, and smooth software. Some issues this printer has are its small build, open frame limitations, multicolor waste, and bulky add-ons. Lastly is the Bambu Lab H2S. Some of its great qualities are its massive build, active chamber heating, simplified tool head, quick nozzle swaps, and reliability and quiet operations. The downsides to this printer are its multicolored limitations, small fiddles, loud cycles, massive footprint, and premium price. In order to use the printer, you will need filament. This is the material the printer uses to build objects. There are many types of filament, such as matte, silk, basic, and many more. Basic is my day-to-day filament. It is easy, forging, inexpensive material for beginners to learn core printing skills, visual prototyping, aesthetic models, and skill building. Matte filament is good for 3D printing, aesthetic objects with a sleek, non-reflective finish, good for display, cosplay, props, pre-painting base, and prototyping. Silk filament is good for creating aesthetic, high-glossy, metallic-looking objects. Good things to print with this filament is decorative models, figurines, functional aesthetics, color-shifting prints. Now that we have a printer and filament, we need a file and a computer. Some different kinds of files are STL, 3MF, OBJ, and G-code. The different ways you can create these files are by using softwares like CAD, sculpting software, 3D scanning, and slicing. If you want files ready-made, you can find them on websites like Printables, Thingiverse, MakerWorld, and many more. You can also print files on Etsy and other sites if you want to pay for them. Now comes the complicated part, where you need a file to add to your computer. Next, you will add that file to Bambu Studios, which is my software that I use to print, where it gets sliced and prepared for printing. Adding the correct filament to the printer and using the right settings before I make the last steps. Next, I will send the file to the printer over Wi-Fi where it gets prepared for printing. The printer will start printing once the heat bed is hot and the nozzle is warm. Print times can vary from 1 minute to 5 minutes, 1 minute to 5 days, depending on what you are printing. Lastly, I will go over a small variety of 3D prints I have available for you to see today. One of them is a model. This is made of silk filament, so you can see that shiny gloss. Another is a scale of our solar system. Another one is a tugboat. This took about 15 minutes. Almost anything can be printed as long as you have a good imagination, and you can make whatever your heart desires. To wrap it up, I have talked about different printers, filament, file types, and what can be printed. I use the printer for my own family and friends' needs and for my robotics team. I hope this sparks your interest in 3D prints, and it makes you want to learn more about them in the future. You can seek out printers at some public libraries, asking a friend to print something for you like I have for others, or contacting businesses online or locally. You can also look on Etsy, who can print items for you.